This video presents the instructions of the experiment on risk and time. Welcome to this session that will last about 30 minutes and is organized as follows. This video lasts 5 minutes. Watch it carefully. It will be followed by comprehension questions. You will also have the possibility to get familiar with the software used in the experiment with practice questions. You will receive €5 for your participation, and you will have the possibility to receive an additional payment. A question from the experiment will be randomly selected and played for real. The additional gain ranges from €0 to €100, depending on your answer and on chance. In this experiment, there is no right nor wrong answers. We only want to observe your preferences. The experimenter will stay with you during the whole session. Do not hesitate to ask for help or clarification at any time. Here is an example of question. You have to choose between two options, option A, on the top of the screen, and option B, on the bottom of the screen. Option A and option B are both lotteries that offer a probability of 50% to receive €100 in 6 months from now, and a 50% probability to receive nothing. The difference between option A and option B is when a lottery will be played. With option A, a lottery would be played tomorrow. Therefore, if you chose this option, you would know tomorrow if you will receive €100 in 6 months from now or not. With option B, a lottery would be played in 6 months from now. Therefore, if you choose this lottery, you would have to wait for 6 months before knowing if €100 will be received or not. Here is another example. In this example, option A gives €50 for sure in 6 months from now. Option B gives a probability of 50% to get €100 in 6 months from now, and a probability of 50% to get nothing. Option B would be solved tomorrow. Therefore, if you choose option B, you would know tomorrow if you would receive €100 in 6 months or not. In this case, the main difference between the two options is that option A offers a gain for sure, whereas option B is risky. Here is a third example. Option A gives €50 for sure in 6 months from now. Option B gives a probability of 50% to get €100 in 6 months from now, and a probability of 50% to get nothing. In this question, option B would be solved in 6 months from now. Therefore, with option B, you would have to wait for 6 months in order to know if you would receive €100. In this case, the main difference between the two options is that option A offers a gain for sure, whereas option B is risky and would be solved in 6 months from now. Lists of questions. The experiment contains a lot of questions. Questions are grouped in lists. Within a list, option A varies, but option B remains the same. A list contains up to 20 questions. Within a list, some questions may be redundant. A procedure is used to avoid redundant questions and fasten the completion of lists of questions. When a list of questions has been completed with a procedure, you must review all the questions from the list before confirming your answers and move to the next list. Real incentives. One of the questions will be played for real. Before starting the experiment, you will randomly select 2 numbers. One will designate a list of questions. The other will designate a question within this list. These numbers will be revealed to you only at the end of the experiment. For the selected question, the option chosen during the experiment will be played and paid for real. You will not have the possibility to change your answer. Because you do not know which question will be played for real, it is in your interest to give sincere answers to all the questions. Resolution of risk and payment. Depending on the resolution time of the option, we will organize a Skype session, either tomorrow or in 6 months from now. During this Skype session, risk will be solved by drawing a ball from a bag. You can schedule an appointment at the lab instead of the Skype session, if you prefer to proceed personally to the random draw. In the case the resolution leads to a gain, you would receive the payment by bank transfer, initiated in 6 months from now and received 1 day after. In any case, you will leave the session today with a voucher that specifies the option that will be played for real and its time of resolution. The voucher will also indicate the name and full addresses of the researchers in charge of the experiment who guarantee that the option will really be played and paid.